Hey, I'm Kev, Scott. Welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the manager career has last time out in Silverstone. Dan MacDonald's definitely the home hero, but we also posed a question about which bike would ride for the rest of the season, as the Yamaha's been very kind to us in MotoGP, but it's become a bit of a two-horse race between MacDonald and his teammate, the Flying Finn, so we can maybe afford to change bikes to one which is less competitive than the Yamaha, and maybe make these races a bit more interesting. I know most of the season has just been MacDonald running away into the distance, and so maybe you change it to a different bike will make it a bit more interesting and remain in that third of the season. And I wanted to go on Ducati or the Honda. Suzuki's pretty decent, not the Aprilia KTM. But of course I posed a question to people who were watching, to you lot, and you responded by saying Ducati. Let's go with the Ducati. Let's do what Dovi could not do in real life and grab that Ducati championship. So here we go. Oh, we got to keep it. Got to have loads of red on it. I don't even care about the credits anymore. That looks pretty nice. Look at all that red. Maybe change that black to white. Oh, that's the wheel rims, isn't it? Could have white wheel rims. Looking pretty slick. Make that white colour. Nah. What about livery 3? That might be it. So just invert the red and white. That making it better. Let's get the red. God, we really do have the scroll. There we go. Look at that, it's looking like a Ducati. Just put red rear rims on it as well. Make everything red. There we go. Probably confuse us with the actual factory team now. Actually got to put a bit of yellow maybe. This is what we always do. Yellow or blue. So there's some blue. Not looking too bad actually, the blue. What about the yellow? Oh, we give it the chrome look. It's a bit like gold. So there we go, we've got the Ducati that we are going with for the rest of the season in MotoGP. Moto2 and Moto3 to be unchanged. They have 3 kitted out bikes as well, 3 developed bikes for the rest of the season for Andrea to maybe win the championship, or for the Swede or Leandro to win the championship in Moto3. And yes, we do want to proceed. So let's head to the next week. Let's do the activity day. We have an agreement with the airline, reduce match cost to nothing for the next race. To go on a TV program, receive a rotating bonus based on your place in the next race 100%. Go to the coach, do some abs and back muscles training, improve our riders' corner ability for the next race by 20%. Go to the evening, get 1200 reputation. Obviously, it's going to be the abs and back muscles training, as we will be heading to the Misano World Circuit. Marco Simoncelli for the 13th round of the season, unlucky for some. And as you can see, our race objectives they have sunk as we've gone to Ducati from the Yamaha, finishing 12th at least for MacDonald, finishing 6th for the Flying Finn. Let's see if they can do that even a bit better as well around this very tricky circuit. And I think it's fair to say after 3 practice, MacDonald's getting used to Ducati very quickly, right at the top of the standings, but you don't see his teammate anywhere in the top 10. Best Ducati ahead of Dovi in 5th by around 3.5 tenths of a second, as Rossi is in 2nd, Vinales 3rd, Marquez in 4th, Pedrosa 6th, Crutcher 7th, Lorenzo in 8th ahead of Iannone and Zarco, scrapes through just ahead of Petrucci in the Italian 2nd home round of the season, as there's the Flying Finn down in 19th. Couple of seconds off the pace of his teammate. Wow, could this switch to Ducati actually swing the championship in MacDonald's favour? Let's find out if we can follow up this form in qualifying. So here we go, qualifying for the first time on the Ducati. Round Misano. And this bike is a very different beast compared to the Yamaha, which we've been used to riding for this season so far. For 12 rounds, it's a very stable bike. Sometimes I kind of hammer it too much on the throttle, but that's because I believe in the bike so much. There's so much stability. This Ducati has none of that. And it's so light. It's like a feather. It could be disorientated by the breeze. That's how unstable it feels like at times, getting the power out of the corners. Boy, is it fast in a straight line. You can definitely feel that already. So go into the hairpin. I have to be so much smoother getting the power on. Actually, like normal, like you would expect, getting the power on in this Ducati. And also braking as well. Into the hairpin a couple of times in practice, I lost the front end because there's no braking severity either compared to the Yamaha. You'll see MacDonald get used to this bike very quickly. I don't mind the sound of Ducati, not as chainsawy as the Yamaha. That's smoother on the earbuds. But you'll see me get the back end a couple of times there. I'll show you MacDonald. There you go, under braking into the final corner. We controlled it nicely with the power out the corner. 33 flat immediately. Let's go on to the second lap. Oh no, he's down in the first corner. There you go, there's the stability. Maybe too much curb as well. So you can't ride the curbs at all with the Ducati. Have to be very careful on the power out of the corners, careful with the power into the corners. You saw where we lost the back end. But 33 flat should be right up there. It's on the second row as Marcus takes pole by 17,000 on the second ahead of Vinales, with Rossi the home hero in third. MacDonald leads the second row ahead of Dovi with Pedrosa in sixth. Then you've got Iannone leading the third row. Good qualifying on the Suzuki ahead of Crotcho and Zarco. Then Lorenzo, Jack Miller once again in the Mark VDS bike in the top 12. And Scott Redding ahead of his teammate Petrucci. You rarely see that as well on the Prem-App, but good stuff from the Brit. So let's see if his fellow Brit can actually launch his way into a podium in effectively Ducati's other home round. As we look at the grid, the only turn I've made for the race is that we're now racing on medium tyres. I've used the soft throughout practice and qualifying, but for the first time I've experienced medium tyres in the race because I saw this bike can get out of control. As you look outside the top 12 as this bugger, there's Magnum in 21st. Dreadful qualifying for the Flying Finn with Bradley Smith on the special road.
The riders have all lined up on the starting grid. We are mere seconds away from the start of what promises to be a sensational Grand Prix.
And it's like the Flying Finn has that old getting used to Ducati feeling. Very difficult for a number of riders, including Lorenzo this year in real life. But as we wait for the lights up here and go out for this 7-lap race, let's see what Dan MacDonald can do. Will he be Casey Stone on this bike? As he looks to the inside of Vinales, but no room there. But into the next left there is, as Dovi takes advantage of Scott running slightly wide. And these medium tyres will take a couple of laps to get in. So don't expect MacDonald to be very attacking as he gets into the back of Dovi. And Dovi's run right, it looks like. MacDonald rejoins in 24th behind Sam Lowes. On the tail of Sam Lowes as Bros up to third ahead of Vinales. He's got Bradley Smith behind. And the KTM, look at that grunt from the KTM. What the hell? So here goes MacDonald to the inside, Cal Abraham. Lowes. Oh, Spargo maybe can stick to the outside here. Just gently feed the bike into the inside of Sam Lowes, being very aggressive. So is MacDonald. Way down the order here. So that's behind Tito Rabat now. And this Jack Miller had a shocking start. And really having to brake into that first right. Next into the next right, he's down again. Terrible start for MacDonald to his Ducati career. It's got it all to do with these medium tyres. Look how damaged the bike is. My God. He'll be lucky to get any points from this race. Still does a Rossi does a 35.6. MacDonald does a 45 probably. Yeah, 45.2. He's already 10 seconds off the lead. A couple of seconds off Bradley Smith and Cal Abraham in this race. So let's see what MacDonald can recover from this race. So once against the old foibles of battling with our opponents. Now they're very aggressive into the corners, but Or in the corners, but not very aggressive in sometimes or out. MacDonald 2.5 seconds back. If just for the Yamaha, he'd probably already be on the tail. Well, Smith and Abraham in front. Let's see what you can do on these medium tyres, which hopefully not wear a lot at all this race. Which will really come into play maybe in the latter parts of this race. That's a nice exit. So the second lap's all about gaining back up to the pack. In the third lap we'll see some moves maybe. He definitely has gained to the pack now. Literally on the tail, Bradley Switch trying to make a move on Calaram. That Czech rider holds off the Brit. Goes slightly wide in penultimate corner, does MacDonald. Into the final corner, rear end sliding. Just got to slide with it, let the bike rotate round again. Let's look at that race pace, 35.8. Already up there, pace rise. So what's he going to do to Bradley Smith? Got around the outside of the Brit. The KTM. Not quite. Nope. Very slow into the right, and Smith is down. We're auditioning some back to his opponents. And he stays in the section with his fellow Ducati here. Okay, Abraham. One of only two riders in the field who's using a 2-year-old bike. Oz Baslity, Addo and another Ducati. And oh, Abraham takes MacDonald down. Easily down the inside, but Abraham not having it. Petron's ahead of Bradley Smith. But again, battling with his opponents. Not used to it this season, MacDonald, as Lorenzo's down on the Ducati from 6th. No, it's all Ducati for so far this race, or featuring Ducatis. He's got a Spargo past Lorenzo. Lorenzo just in front here. There's Abraham ahead of Lorenzo, so Lorenzo is just in front of MacDonald by over a second. This goes into penultimate corner, just slightly wide, just very wide. Looks like Lorenzo making a move on Abraham. Just about makes it stick. As we go on to the 4th lap. Who would have guessed MacDonald would be 24th? After 4 laps. And again, rear end getting out under brake, and he can't push the brake in with his Ducati. That's the price we pay for having a 76 overall bike compared to a 100. Mostly for the Yamaha. Again, having to wait for the rear end to come back round. Look at that, we've got Bradley Smith on our tail. That's how poor we're doing on this lap so far. Not even gaining scale area either. As he got Lorenzo in front of him. Not really making progress though. It's the Spaniard. And the fat Ducati, remember. So here goes MacDonald wide. No, he can't even get the bike into the frickin' corner. Now, these tyre wear's non-existent. You can see that in the bottom right. He can push like a hell with these tyres. He will need to if he's going to grab any points from this race. He goes around the outside of Abraham. The Abraham attacking back. MacDonald shuts the door on him. And the Aspar rider has to sit behind MacDonald. He's up to 23rd now. And gaining on Lorenzo. He's stuck behind Paul Espargaro, it looks like. Was that Sam Lowe? So he's gone to the 5th lap. As there goes Lorenzo making the move. Around the outside, not sticking. Lowe's takes him back. Great battle from the Brit. No, here comes MacDonald down the inside of Lorenzo maybe. And down the inside of Lowe's. You can get it stopped. No, Lowe's back down the inside. MacDonald ahead of Lorenzo still. Now Lorenzo forces him wide. Maybe still having some battle in this race eventually. So once again, Sam though is just blocking Lorenzo. Very slow through that corner is the Spaniard. MacDonald giving Lorenzo some of the elbows back. This goes very wide. Looking to cut back. No! Oh, too much curb. Whereas he would have had the cut back. These two are just stopping each other this race from progressing. That's all. MacDonald down over the curb. And this race just goes from bad to worse. Where's the flying fin in all of this though? Where's Marquez? As well, best of the rest, remember. And you've got Vinales and Rossi as well. This championship isn't over. And MacDonald has just laid a big goose egg here. Couple falls, not his fault. Again, it's just battling. A couple have been, especially that last one over the curb. Should have been nowhere near that. I told you. Don't need to go over the curves with this bike. It's not stable enough. And it's showing this race says, well, you not at least finish last. So once again, going very slowly. In the first corner, just not trusting this bike with all its damage. The tyre's now a bit worn as well, in this penultimate lap. While having the grip. He's gaining. Again, rear end getting out. Just have to wait for it to come back round. You can't fight it. They could perhaps do with the Yamaha. There's Jack Miller down from 16th. Oh, the Aussie after superb qualifying. Not capitalising in the race, and there he is. So MacDonald is not last. He's got a very slow Brady Smith in front. And the Brit determined to hold on to 23rd, it looks like. MacDonald down the inside. Oh, and trying to push the braking into the final corner. You can see the bike drifting out. He goes across the line in 23rd onto the final lap. Can he actually hook a lap up together? No, he can't. He's already hit a curb. And he's defending from Smith in this first section. He's got K.O. Abraham in front. Oh, and again, braking. Look at that. Nothing with the brakes. Just has to let the bike go forward. It's all over the curb. But he gets away with it. Now in the slipstream of Smith. His KTM still pulling away in a straight. Nicks down the inside, but not close enough. He's got half of that to go. Oh, MacDonald getting a good run. Smith holding on so far. Oh, really closing the door. MacDonald launches it down the inside. And gets back in 23rd. Who would have thought a battle with Brady Smith would be the highlight of this race? As all losing the rear end going into that first right. With that bump. So that's the run wide. Who gets a good run as Rossi wins. MacDonald's not getting any points. Going around the outside of Abraham though in the pole to it corner. And he died down the inside in the final corner again. The rear end getting out though. As they both head towards the line, there's like Abraham's holding off for 22nd. As a dreadful beginning to MacDonald's career with Ducati. Not in practice and qualifying, but in the race. Just not playing nice with others. Has Marquez finished his second, Vinales third, Pedrosa fourth, Sarko fifth, Dovi sixth, Petrucci seventh, Crutcher eighth. The flying fin recovered to ninth. He has the race pace, just not in qualifying. Ian only in 10th, Reddy in 11th, Espargo 12th, Folger 13th, Batista 14th, and Rins in 15th. So does MacDonald have the race pace to at least finish in the top 10, maybe even top 5, where Zarco was. Fantastic result from the Tech 3 rider. As there's MacDonald down in 23rd after so many falls I've lost counters. Jack Miller right at the back. So in the championship, MacDonald leads by 41 points with 5 rounds remaining, 125 points to play for, with Marquez in third, 66 points back. Rossi in fourth, just 2 points behind the Spaniard and 9 points ahead of his teammate. Dovi in sixth, now almost officially out of the championship, with Pedrosa up to 7th ahead of Quattro. Zarco in 9th, Petrucci up to 10th ahead of the Renzo. Avino only 12th, Redding 13th, Spargo 14th, Folger 15th, Miller 16th, Brad 17th, Batista 18th, Rins 19th, Bradley Smith in 20th, with Barbera, Paul Spargo, Tito Rabat, Kari Abraham and Sam Knowles yet to score this season. As in the constructors standing, Ducati now lead by 8 points. What a turnaround, with Honda in third, Suzuki 4th, Aprilia 5th and KTM 6th. As in the team's rankings, the Elusive Ducati outfit now lead by 104 points ahead of the factory Yamaha team, with Honda in third, Ducati 4th, Pramac 5th, Tech 3 6th, LCR 7th, Suzuki 8th, Grassini in 9th, Mark VDS 10th, Avinci 11th, Aspon 12th, and the factory KTM effort right at the back. As yes, an awful race from MacDonald. Started brilliantly in 4th, but dropped to 23rd. Well, for the Flying Finn, not a fantastic qualifying start at 21st, but finished in 9th. If only MacDonald could roll reverse his pace there, perhaps, you know, having the pace in the race rather than in practice, but also playing nice with others. Not used to it this season for MacDonald, and so perhaps has some improving to do on that front. As in Moto2, it was a home victory for Andrea. Started first, finished in first, extends his championship lead. Well, for the Portuguese rider, started first, but crashed out as well, and ends up in 12th and drops to 4th in the championship. Didn't achieve his race objective. Well, in Moto3, Alejandro started in pole, but finished in 4th, and he's second in the championship, while the Swede started second, finished in first, and extends his championship lead. While Alejandro improves his braking form manager and cornering, the Portuguese rider improves his throttle management and body position, and Dreot improves his throttle management. So we've got a decent amount of credits, but not reputation. So we end the episode by firstly looking at the garage, looking at the R&D, as the engine has been developed for the KTM. So what else can we do for the KTM before the season is over? We can improve the suspension, and that will take 7 weeks. So virtually the rest of the season. We've got 4 weeks on the frame, 2 weeks on the brakes. As now we head to an activity day or test. Then you go to the gym, do some coordination training for the riders, improve their body position ability by 100 XP. Go to the gym, do some muscle endurance training, improve their braking ability by 100 XP. Or do some coaching, some coordination training, improve the body position ability for the next race by 20%. Or muscle endurance training, improve their braking ability for the next race by 20%. Or do a test session, which improves a part by 2 weeks, or in development of all parts by 2 weeks. Let's go to the coach. So body position ability or braking ability. We are around Aragon. Maybe body position ability. As next time out we do visit Spain for the 3rd time this season around the Motor Aragon circuit. Kind of sets in MacDonald in the past, but it's a heartbreaking one as well. Will it prove to be once again just like Misano in his Ducati debut? With maybe a race under his belt, he can be a bit better in the race. Same for the Flying Fin, maybe in qualifying be higher up. Well, Moto2 and Moto3 rider riders continue winning extended championship leads. Find out next time. So, out for watching. I'll see you then.